Well, here we are, already wrapping up the first week of programming for 2023. In doing so, we'll talk about the field now officially being set for the governor's race, that of other state offices, which we will run through the list of candidates quickly in just a few moments. We'll take a look at a pretty blue new field, if you will, grounds of the playground at the Battlefield Park on Route 7. A lot of progress being made. Winter might be here, but still a lot of work going on at all of our parks here in the county and in Sagersville. We'll take a little trip up 7 in just a few seconds. We'll take a look at last night's scores as all of our Hornets were taking on Lawrence County in the 2A tournament over at Floyd Central. And your forecast, well, of course, updated for tonight for the weekend, and we're eyeing what could be an active pattern next week, whether it will be potentially white or just wet. Well, I'm not going to go that far, but we'll talk about the scenario that's going to give us something more than likely by this time next week. 3 people died yesterday in Breathitt County in 2 separate incidents. A fatal structure fire and a fatal car crash. The first happening yesterday afternoon, actually. It was actually around 1 o'clock that fire departments responded to the Clayhole area after they were able to extinguish the fire, which had fully consumed the home. There were human remains found inside. I have no reports of the identity or anything of that nature of that individual. The body was sent to our state medical examiner's office for an autopsy, and all other information is pending at this time. And there was a single car crash that happened last evening around 8:30. This in the South Fork area of Breathitt County. 2 men, believed to be relatives, died and were pronounced dead at the scene. This involved a single car crashing into a tree, a Chevy Cobalt, being operated by 31-year-old Chad Wesley Harden of Ezell. He lost control of his car and it left the road and struck a tree. He was pronounced dead at the scene, as was his passenger, 29-year-old John Raymond Harden. Authorities have confirmed that neither of the men were using their seatbelts. Autopsy and toxicology reports, they say, are pending per further investigation. As I said a moment ago, the fields have been set. 15 candidates for Kentucky governor. 4 o'clock today, of course, was the deadline to file for that of governor and other state offices up for grabs. We've got 12 Republicans. We've got 3 Democrats. Governor Beshear, of course, on the Democratic ballot, as is Pepe Martin. You may recall Pepe Martin was a Republican who lost to Paul Patton, late 90s, I think 99. He's since a Democrat, now challenging the governor in the primary. Jeff Young, also, who has been in the headlines, I think, and recall last referring to Beshear as a not yet indicted felon. He had ran unsuccessfully during the last election against Andy Barr for the 6th Congressional District. That's your Democratic candidates. Our Agriculture Commissioner, of course, as we have known for some time, Daniel Cameron, has filed to run. Mike Harmon, our state's auditor, has filed to run the Republican ballots, as have Jacob Clark, David Cooper, Kelly Craft, Eric Dieters, Bob DeVore, Alan Keck, Dennis Ray Omerod, Ryan Quarles, our Agriculture Commissioner, Johnny Ray Rice, and Robbie C. Smith. 2 candidates for Attorney General, 1 Democrat, Pamela Stevenson out of Louisville, 1 Republican, Russell Coleman out of Crestwood. 4 candidates for State Treasurer, 1 Democrat, Michael Bowman out of Louisville. On the Republican ballot, Andrew Cooper Ryder out of Lexington, Mark Metcalf out of Lancaster, and O.C. Olika out of Frankfort. 4 candidates for Secretary of State in the Commonwealth. 1 Democrat, that being Charles Buddy Wheatley of Covington. 3 Republicans, Michael Adams, Stephen Nipper, and Alan Miracle. For Auditor Public Accounts, we have Democrat Kimberly Kim Reeder, the only Democrat in the race, while Allison Ball, of course, of Pressesburg, is running for re-election for State's Auditor. She will face opposition in the primary of Derek Petties of Lexington. And the Commissioner of Agriculture race consists of 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans. On the Democratic side, Sarah Inlow of Hodgenville, Michael Malone of Winchester. On the Republican ballot will be Richard Heath of Mayfield and Jonathan Shell of Lancaster. Could be another exciting election year in Kentucky, one way or the other. One way or the other, I hope you stick around for our top local story after these words. Need a little financial boost this time of year? Then stop by the new Sagersville Loan Company at the branch location of the Sagersville National Bank. They've got short-term loans, often in less than an hour, literally from $50,000 to $15,000. Stop in or give them a call at 349-3148, and Happy New Year from the new Sagersville Loan Company. Just like you can count on the fact that Christmas has come and gone, so too will the after-Christmas sale at the seasonal shop. This might actually be the best time of the year when everything in the shop is 50% off. At least 50% off on everything Christmas inside the store, and other great bargains and specials posted practically every day. Didn't get everything on your Christmas list? Maybe need a late gift? Maybe want to get a head start on your decorating for next year? They're all perfect reasons to stop by now, as soon as you can. The Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. Their annual Christmas sale is one of the biggest of the year. 50% off everything Christmas inside the shop until it's gone.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
Don't let Mother Nature be the one to remind you about your tires. Stop by Conley Tire and let them make sure that you're safe in getting from A to B. Tires, wheels, oil changes, brake repair, and maintenance. And be sure to click on ConleyTire.net for all the latest offers with 6 months no interest payments at Conley Tire or ConleyTire.net. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway. Well, it is still very much winter, but even so, there's still very much progress and work going on at our county parks, and that of the Ramey Park. For example, the Half Mountain Battlefield Community Park has a new entertainment stage, a permanent structure that's well under construction. There has, however, been some cold weather that has arrived before the blacktop could go down at the Half Mountain Park for the walking trail extensions and the basketball courts and parking areas. But there is now some very new and cool blue playground surfacing and some nice equipment as well to go along with it. That is mostly done with a few more pieces to come to play on. You have to hand it to Judge Wyman and the Fiscal Court. They have made our parks a primary focus with a lot of work and investment for their future. The future to serve McGoffin County with a lot of amenities, and the Half Mountain Park will be no exception to that. Wyman hoping that it will be a premier park of its kind in the region, if not a wider scope than that, with new amenities including a beautiful new blue playground on an expansive space that will be used for all sorts of events.
Absolutely. This is a brand new playground. We actually have had it for a little while, and we just couldn't get my guys the time to install it, construct it, whatever you want to call it. And we end up getting the Carpenter and Millwright Union 1076 has a community outreach, community volunteerism type thing, and they volunteered to come and install it. The sales rep that sold us this was amazed at the precision work that was done, and I said, well, that's what millwrights do. And you can see that we have this colorized, rubberized mulch in it. This has a 10-year warranty. The safety of it is a lot more than organic mulch. And we're looking, and one of the reasons I had the sales rep up here is to add more pieces to this playground that's for all access. And what that means is for very young children and those children that may have some type of physical disability and can't use the equipment that we have here.
That labor provided by the Contractors Millwrights Union 1076 would have cost the county well over $10,000. And as you heard the judge say, the work couldn't have been performed any better.
The playground section here, we have a part over here, as you can see where the gravel is. We were supposed to have this blacktop this fall, but with all the blacktoppings going on with the state roads, our contractor couldn't get to it. It'll be blacktop this spring. We have the parking lot, and we have a basketball courts over here that we're going to have. So we'll have basketball courts, a playground. At some point, we'll have a smaller shelter over here too. We go over to the main part of the park. We have in construction right now a stage, and there's a lot of acreage here. We've already got things planned in the spring. I think there's going to be a gospel sing over there. We know that once we do that and people see what a venue this is, that it'll open up this area to more and more people wanting to come up to see the park, to be at the park, and hopefully have a lot more events. You know, we had the Walnut Festival here, it's the biggest ever. I think we get that stage over here, we'll be able to attract a lot more entertainment, and this will be the showplace of parks, I think, in eastern Kentucky.
And not the only one getting some major renovations. The Bloomington Park down on 460 has new bathrooms similar to the facilities here at the Battlefield Park. Both have security cameras covering the entire grounds. And the Ramey Park, of course, did see a few setbacks, says Judge Wireman, in the fall, but things will start to happen pretty fast with some major renovations back on track in just the coming weeks.
Ramey Park, you know, if you've been down there, you'll see we've got big light poles and all those things down there. We've just been having one significant issue after another getting those installed. Initially, they should have been installed by the end of July last year. The contractor determined the soils wasn't suitable. After that happened, they wanted to do a significant change order that we just didn't feel comfortable with. So we started having it reevaluated. During that reevaluation process, the floods came and flooded the lights. So now we're at a point where those lights are no good. We're going through FEMA trying to get funding to get that taken care of. Hopefully within the next 6 weeks, we'll have all this resolved and the poles will start going up, and we'll have those for the springtime for the Little League. The other reason I had the rep here for the playgrounds is the playground equipment at Ramey Memorial Park is extremely old. It's worn out. I wanted to know if there was any repairs possible, and he says not, and I would agree to that. So he's quoting a whole new park, playground at the park, and we're going to see what we can do there, because we're moving all around the park doing different things. Lights was the first thing. The tennis courts, there was the footprint there for 4. You know, obviously they haven't been used in a long time, and we're going to demo those and leave 2 and put a shelter in there. We've got engineered designs to put all the service flags and a fence with columns and stuff around our Veterans Memorial. We actually have a grant laying at the Department of Kentucky Veteran Affairs, waiting on the next cycle to come. We're hopeful that we'll get funding on that, and we'll be able to match that and have that be one of the best veteran memorials in the region, especially because it's got all of the McGoffin Countyans on it. And then the final thing, the guy yesterday, they deal with splash pads. He and I were up there looking at where the baby pool is. That seems to be a chronic problem when it comes to water loss and those kind of things. So we're going to look at possibly demoing that and putting a splash park in there. Now these are all just plans and conceptual type things, and we're just gathering all that information. But hopefully in the coming months and in years, we'll see all those things come to fruition.
I've got a couple of things happening on tonight's calendar, and at least one birthday to kick it off, all brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. Indeed, Mary Ward's birthday today, Friday the 6th. Mary Ward of Oil Springs, turning 83 today. Mary, and from a long, long list of family and friends, the happiest of birthday wishes to you. Happy 83rd birthday, Mary Ward over at Oil Springs. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you. And to Pastor Dallas Patrick's 75th birthday wishes, it says, from your buddy Sarge Rao and a host of family and friends. 75 birthday wishes today. Pastor Dallas Patrick. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you. I told you last night in the calendar we'd have more an announcement about the Community Closet event. This is coming up at our Lloyd M. Hall Community Center, Saturday, February the 4th. Contact Janet Nichols if you have any questions. They're asking that you gather any new or gently used clothing, toys, and other blessings that could be used by someone else. Diapers, baby needs, etc. They're going to be setting up tables. They would like you to come down to the community center and spend the day with them starting at 9 o'clock that morning. Contact Janet to find out all the details about all the organization that they're doing. So if you can be a part of the community chest for our community, well, it would be greatly appreciated. The Water into Wine Food Pantry has their next regular commodity day set for Wednesday the 18th, 9 to 11:30. Senior Commodity Day will be the 19th of this month. And make sure you get recertification done as soon as possible. If you haven't already, come by the church office or call 349-6301. Call me or email, mail, Facebook, fax, whatever you want to do to get calendar announcements in. Tell me, and we'll tell everyone else about them. Birthdays and anniversaries too. And remember, we love printing birthdays, birth announcements, and anniversaries in the paper for free there, but don't send those to me. Send those to Heather at SagersvilleIndependent.com. Updated funeral service announced brought to you nightly by the Montgomery County Funeral Home include a reminder of services to be held tomorrow for Doug Holbrook, Dewey Douglas Holbrook, 69 of Ezel, who passed away Wednesday. The husband of Carol Sue Holbrook, who survives. He's as well survived by his son Kenneth, daughter Siobhan Gamble, and 4 grandkids and 2 great-grandchildren. Sisters as well, Brenda Sue Eulery, Betty Lou Jackson, Lillian Maxine Prater, Ava Riddle, and his brother Wilbur Lee Holbrook. He's preceded in death by a daughter, Susan Ray Holbrook, and brothers Robert and Scotty Wayne, and a sister, Patty Minix. Services tomorrow at 1 from the Montgomery County Funeral Home. Imogene Wireman, 53 of Gunlock, passed away on Tuesday, and a reminder of services to be held this Sunday in her honor at 11. She's survived by her husband, Joe Lewis Wireman, daughters Donna Wireman, Tiffany Stevens, and Keely Wireman, and a sister, Lisa Lowe, and 6 grandchildren. Again, services Sunday from the Montgomery County Funeral Home. And lastly, tonight, services begin Monday afternoon at 1 for 85-year-old Linda Geneva Littrell of Sagersville. She passed away yesterday, survived by her son, Donald Jr. Holland, daughters Beatrice Joyce Kraft, Eunice Gibson, Carrie Conley, Linda Colvin, Carrie Holland, Eunice Holland, brother Wayne Littrell, 6 grandkids, and 13 great-grandchildren. She was preceded in death by one son, James Harold. Services again Monday at 1 from the Bethlehem to Calvary Apostolic Church. Friends can visit the church Saturday after 6 and all day Sunday.
Are you tired of the same old cell phone? Want a new phone, but really don't want to pay the hundreds of dollars up front for it? Appalachian Wireless has a deal for you. Get the phone you actually want instead of settling for a cheaper phone with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Instead of paying $600 or more for the best phone, simply pay the taxes up front and then a few bucks a month more on your monthly bill. Stop by your local Appalachian Wireless store or dealer today for more information. It's the better, simpler way to pay. And it's called the Appalachian Advantage because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
From Dustin, Megan, Michelle, Robin, Jessica, Keisha, and Diane, and myself, Jesse Rudd, owner and pharmacist at Parkway Pharmacy, we would like to wish you and your family a Happy New Year. May God bless.
Ratliff & Ratliff Family Dentistry, locally and family-owned since 1969, is now proudly providing treatment for headaches, jaw and muscle pain. They offer trigger point therapy along with Botox to effectively treat and reduce symptoms of TMJ pain. And Dr. Beth Ann, member of the American Academy of Facial Aesthetics, also offers Botox therapy and dermal fillers for all of your cosmetic needs. Call 349-2812 to schedule an appointment and allow their highly trained and friendly staff to take care of all your dental and cosmetic needs. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more. makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Two more items of business before a quick goodbye for your weekend. The first, a quick look at how the Hornets and Lady Hornets fared last night. Both of them at Floyd Central, both of them taking on Lawrence County. Both, of course, games part of the 2A tournament. Coach Castle and his boys are headed back to Floyd Central tomorrow night at 7:30 for the championship round of the 2A, taking on Pike County Central after taking out Lawrence County last night, 74-52. That win puts the boys above even on the season, getting close to the halfway mark already. 6-5 for the Hornets, and 1-0 in district play, 2-0 in their region, 2 wins in a row, and again in the championship tomorrow evening at 7:30 at Floyd Central, I do believe is where they're playing again. The Lady Hornets were at Floyd Central last night. They, too, took on Lawrence County. They came up short 38-81. Lady Hornets fall to 2-9 on the season, and they are hosting Paintsville tomorrow. You want some excitement here at home, short drive? Well, check out the Lady Hornets hosting Lady Tigers tomorrow at 5 o'clock at the Magoffin County High School. Big district matchup, which is always exciting during Hornet basketball and Tiger, of course, basketball season. Not near as exciting, perhaps, as your Licking Valley REC 7-day, but that's a good thing, It's a good thing. Calm is good. Calm tonight. Winds and everything else. 30 degrees for nighttime lows for the rest of your Friday. Clouds will be on the increase, but no precipitation associated with that, and 30 degrees, again, for nighttime lows tonight. We will see those clouds tonight hang tough through early morning hours tomorrow. There's a slight chance to the tune of 20% of some sprinkles and flurries before noon, and then a chance of showers tomorrow night to the tune of 20%. During all that, though, in between, we'll see skies give way to some sun, I do believe, becoming sunny slowly tomorrow. 46 for your daytime high. The latter half of your weekend, not as nice. Showers likely Sunday, mainly after 10. We'll see cloudy skies for the last half of your weekend. We'll see temperatures bump up to 51 degrees, but again, more clouds and more showers than not. Not a major rainmaker. We're talking about a half inch perhaps on the high side, I think, for anyone. 36 that night, winds out of the west 5 to 17 miles per hour. Just kind of a mild but cloudy and somewhat wet day. That will be long gone by the time Monday rolls around. We'll start off Monday clear, calm, sunny, 45 degrees. Back down well below freezing Monday night at 26 degrees. If you want warmer conditions still thereafter, well, Tuesday will perk up to about 50 and partly sunny, still just below freezing that night, but 53 and partly sunny on your Wednesday. Pretty consistent run of the low 50s through Thursday with still some sunshine. Thursday will be our next talk of some slight shower chances, only to the tune of 20%. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can sum it up by saying, 45 Monday, but then 50s thereon. It is late Thursday night, definitely into your Friday, that we'll just have to talk about that next week. Low pressure system, the potential for another winter hit. Now, whether that will be wet, whether it might have a little bit of snow associated with it, or a significant amount of snow associated with it. No way to know. But there's a weather maker around the corner around this time next week, and we'll be focusing on that when, of course, I'm back here with you starting on Monday. And that'll wrap it up for the first week of programming in 2023 already. Thank you for being a part of it as always. Hope you have a safe and joyous, relaxing weekend if that's possible. And hope to see you back here Monday night. Again, thank you for being a part of the show.